Let's move along because we have more big news to get to. Three-time Stanley Cup champion Brent Seabrook has called it a career after 15 seasons in the NHL. We know him well. Not sure how surprising this news is considering the injuries that he's dealt with, but here's what he had to say about the decision.
I think there's a lot of things I'm going to miss. I think obviously I love to play the game. I love to compete. I love the grind of the day-to-day. I love being around the guys when we feel crappy and everybody pulling on the same rope trying to get a win that next night. You know, I love the feeling you have when you come to the rink and you feel like Superman. So it was fun. I like the new guys coming in and meeting new guys and guys from different cultures and backgrounds and understanding what made them tick and you know, yeah, I think I'm just going to miss it all.
Well, first off, congratulations to Brent Seabrook on an incredible career. It ends today. You can tell even just listening to him there, Callie, how much he already misses the game.
You could hear it in his voice, and he's an ultimate competitor, and you could hear me. That's what he's going to miss the most is pulling on the same rope, trying to get those wins, being around the boys, all the things I think every ex-player misses. But I just remember playing against him and how hard he was, how hard he competed, how heavy he was. You always knew when he was on the ice, and make sure you had your head up. You know, 'cause he would run you over, that's for sure.
Johnny, you know, you listen to Callie talk about his work ethic and how much he put into this game. It seems like he completely emptied the tank here in terms of really trying to play as long as he could.
He sure did, Jackie. And I mean, I think it's a sad day when you have to retire, and Callie knows it, and he just did it. But it's also a happy day because you're leaving knowing that he left everything out there on the ice. And this is not some sort of salary cap shenanigans, which we have seen, you know, guys who get a little bit older in their contracts. He had 3 surgeries, guys, 2 hips and a shoulder done this past year just to try to get healthy and get back so he can contribute one more time to the Chicago Blackhawks, to the organization that he loves so much. And he just was not able to do it. I mean, he's probably going to have a hard time, you know, maybe standing up in 15 years, might have to have a hip replacement. So he gave it all he had. His body just would not do it anymore. He said, I don't know if I'm retiring or my body's telling me it's done. And either way, he's listening to it. And was a really important part of that Chicago team. You always think of the core guys that were there for all the cups, and it's Taves, and it's Kane, and it's Keith, and it's, you know, Corey Crawford was there. But Brent Seabrook brought an element that those other guys didn't, that he was, great word to describe him, he was a heavy player. He was a physical player. He was a kind of competitive, mean, not super skilled only kind of guy. And I think he balanced out all the other star players that he was surrounded by. He was a really pivotal guy and grew into very important voice in that locker room. I always remember one of the defining moments of his career against the Detroit Red Wings when he scored, of course, the big overtime goal to keep them alive. But this was after he had gone over to Jonathan Taves, who was having a meltdown in the penalty box, and kind of admonished him and said, hey, get it together. We're going to be fine. We need you. And to have the kind of personality and clout on a team to say that to your captain and then go out and back it up with a huge overtime goal. I mean, he was a stalwart player, not just in the NHL, but internationally as well.
And that interaction with Taves stands out because it's not often that you see Taves lose his cool. So it is something that people, you know, remember. And for you, Callie, I mean, you go way back in terms of playing against Seabrook. The World Juniors, I believe you played in the same year that he did, no?
Yes.
On that stacked team?
The Dream Team, yes, the Canadian Dream Team. Luckily, we didn't have to play these guys, to be honest with you. That was they should have gave him the gold just looking at their roster. But yeah, he was obviously part of this amazing World Junior team. He had an unbelievable career with 3 cups, World Junior gold. I mean, you can't say enough about what he did in his career. He's got everything to be proud of, and just amazing what he has accomplished.
Was that the best Team Canada World Junior team ever, Johnny?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I mean, they steamrolled through that tournament. Yep. And I mean, there's like the NHL was not playing. That whole bunch of guys that would have been in the NHL had the NHL been on. So they were almost unfairly stacked in that year. But I think, you know, so we reflect on his career and all the great things he did. But then you'll say, like, congratulations. Like, you know, it's a sad day. And he looked like he just came out of training camp. He's got the beard. He's got the hoodie. Like he just came off the ice. But it's also congratulations. It's been an amazing, amazing run for him. And I don't know where the rest of his life will take him, but I know the Blackhawks and many other teams will be interested in his services and having him on as an advisor, as a player development, whatever he wanted to do, because he's got a bright mind for hockey, and he certainly has a way of channeling his passion for hockey out on the ice.
Yeah, you know, it's tough to play one game in the NHL, as both of you can attest to play 15 years and to accomplish as much as he did is quite an impressive feat. I'll end with this. You just recently retired. You guys are creatures of habit. Every day is very scheduled. It's very routine. Is it really, how tough is it to sort of break that schedule and figure out what your new day-to-day is going to be?
That's probably the hardest part is, like you said, you're just so routine. Each day you wake up, you go to the rink, you come home, you have a pregame meal.
You don't even have to think. You're just like, this is how it goes.
So all of a sudden you're sitting at home. And for me especially, and I'm sure, Johnny, you were the same way, where some days you're just sitting there at home, you're like, what am I doing? You know, I got to get going. I got to do something here. But like Johnny said, I'm sure if he wants to do something within hockey, he's going to have no issues doing that with his resume, with his knowledge, with his skills. So congratulations to him on an amazing career, and good luck in the future.
The key, Callie and Seabs, is never give up the nap. If you do that, the rest of your days fall into place. I've been retired for 12 years. Don't ever give up the nap.
Please tell me you still nap.
Oh, almost every day, Jackie.
What time? What time is nap time? I got to go down this road now.
1 to 4.
Anywhere in that window?
No,
preferably the entire window.
1 to 4.
Yes.
Oh, you do the whole 3 hours.
Yes.
Johnny, can you please call my wife when we're off air and tell her that naps are still on? Because that was the first thing she said. She's like, you're not playing anymore?
Nap time's over. That's so funny. Oh, my gosh. All right. I could do a whole segment on naps. Maybe I'll pitch it in our meetings next week. But for now, we say congratulations to Brent Seabrook.